Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shout from the Heart. This is like episode 46, somewhere around there. I lost track. First thing, got to get a couple things, housekeeping things. We are starting early to reiterate because of my sister. She does her gymnastics in the morning, so we figured during the summertime while she's doing her stuff in the morning, we'll start this a little bit earlier. Usually the regular time is 5 o'clock, but we started about an hour earlier, just until she gets back on her regular schedule in the evenings around school time. So you probably will be back at a 5 o'clock show start in August. Another thing I wanted to say is if all that are watching on TikTok could please comment their questions and have their comments and stuff ready, we will set time aside at the end of the show to answer all questions. If it takes over an hour, then my cameraman Justice on YouTube will cut it after an hour on YouTube, and the broadcast will continue on TikTok, because I know I have a lot of fans that want to ask me questions. But just hold on tight, comment your questions, and I will get to them after I get through the main stuff in the podcast. And so with that, I welcome you to Shout from the Heart. And my mom, she'll keep track of all the comments and stuff, and we will try to answer them within the time frame that we have. I don't want to keep nobody on long, but I will stay on long enough to answer any questions that you all may have. So just comment the questions in the comments section on TikTok, and we'll get to those as my mom receives them, or however she decides to do it. But we'll set a time aside in the show to do so. I want to start off by posing the first question, and I'll pose it to the ones in the room too. And the first question is, when a person walks into the room, who should be the first to speak? And I know that's kind of like a broad question, but it's just like kind of one of them things where I was just thinking about it, and I think about weird stuff like that. If it's a authority figure and you're the one walking into the room, the authority figure shouldn't be the one to speak. You should be the one to acknowledge that person. But if it's anybody else that walks into the room, you can acknowledge them, or they can acknowledge you, depending upon the situation, I would say, because I've had a lot of people come in my room outside of my parents who come in, and I don't know that they come in, so they have to be the ones to end up speaking first before I get a chance to speak. That happened last year, a couple years ago, when we finalized the adoption for Justice and Lyric, and somebody came in my room, and they had to speak because I didn't know that they came in the room. And so that's the only situation where I would think of. That's the best way that I can answer that question. Mom, Justice, what do you think?
The person who is in the room first, like.
What you mean? Explain.
Like, say if it's my room and somebody just randomly walks into it.
Yeah.
Like, I should
That person has to speak? The one that came in the room has to speak?
Yeah.
Okay, Mom, what do you say?
If somebody comes in, like if they come in the house or come in the room that I'm in, I always speak first, because I notice they're there. I'm like, hey, how are you?
See, it's the same way across the board.
If I don't notice them, then I'm assuming they're going to speak. If not, they're going to scare the crap out of me, and then they're not going to get such a
warm
welcome.
Yeah, because you are scary easily. I could just walk to the laundry room and I didn't know you was there. Like, yeah, I'm washing my clothes. That's okay. Then the second question, that came from work. This came from work. The second question, this was off script. I didn't have this planned on talking about this, but this was off script. We were talking about something pertaining to music, and the cases aside, we're going to put the cases aside when we talk about these two artists. But if these two artists were to have a versus battle, who do you think would win? We got somebody that's been a part of both generations of music in this room. Actually, two people. Well, a little bit of a third person here, well, on YouTube, the cameraman, but he's indifferent to the fact, because I'm still putting him up on game about these two artists. So the question is, versus battle, the king of R&B versus the king of pop. Michael Jackson versus R. Kelly. The cases aside, we are not talking about the cases and what they did. We are talking about the music, and strictly that. Hit for hit. Bump and Grind versus Billie Jean. Your Body's Calling versus Dirty Diana. Even the Jackson 5 stuff. Even the stuff that R. Kelly did with Public Announcement. Even all the remixes, all that stuff. I'm on the fence about it because I really could care less. I like both. I grew up more to R. Kelly more than I did Michael Jackson, but I know Michael Jackson's stuff. But here's the thing, my biggest thing would be Michael Jackson never wrote for nobody. Quincy Jones wrote most of his stuff. And what a lot of people don't know is that a lot of the songs that Michael Jackson did when he was younger are cover versions of songs. R. Kelly wrote his stuff, and he wrote for other people. And it's well documented, like the early 2000s, and still, well, not right now in this day and age because of the case that he got convicted for, but in the past when he was doing his thing and still active in the music industry, he was writing for other people. He wrote gospel songs, he's wrote R&B songs, he's wrote for Trey Songz, he's wrote for all these other big R&B talents. Jeremiah, not my brother, he's a singer. He wrote for he wrote for what's that gospel singer's name? Isaac something. I can't think of his name. Not off the top of my head, but he did write a gospel song, and they ended up doing a remix to that song. Fix This House or Clean This House. I think it's Fix or Clean. It might be Fix or Clean, but anyway, that's my take on it. I don't have no preference. Maybe Mom does, but again, Mom, cases aside, both of them had little things going on with, in their private life. One was convicted, one was not. We know that. But the cases aside, musically, who do you choose in a versus battle to win? R. Kelly or Michael Jackson?
Probably, it would probably be R. Kelly, just because I don't know how Michael would have done off the fly like that. So I don't know. You don't really get to hear a lot about he created, but they don't really talk about it. He was so private. So I probably would just say him.
Now, the youngest person in the room, who I'm just putting on,
he has no clue who
on
any
to
of those
game.
people are.
Yeah.
Neither one of them really. So there's no reason for him to even comment, because he doesn't know like the stories of neither one of them.
He don't know enough.
Yeah, I would definitely probably say just a verse battle. Yeah, that would probably be him. But performance wise, it definitely would be
Michael Jackson. Yeah, because that's what my friend was saying. Like, yeah, but Michael Jackson could put on a show for everybody.
Yeah,
R. Kelly was for
amazing. He was amazing talent there.
And R. Kelly was for, I mean, let's be honest, R. Kelly was for the audience who he was for. You listen to some of the songs he has out there, besides The Storm Is Over Now, and If I Could Turn Back the Hands of Time, the stuff that would make girls just drool and pass out, that type of stuff. So his audience is different from Michael Jackson as far as performance-wise. So I think, performance-wise, Michael Jackson, he wouldn't even have to say nothing. And if you just,
moonwalk.
all he had to do is just moonwalk. R. Kelly could just hit notes, and every girl in the crowd just start screaming.
Yeah.
You know, but enough of that. Let's get to the real issue at hand here. We did have a pay-per-view, and before we leave that, we got the Kids' Choice Awards tomorrow. I voted with Mom, and I voted by myself. I don't know what Justice did. He probably did it again. I don't know. Did you do it with your sister? Or no, you just did it by yourself?
By myself.
Yay, Kids' Choice
Yay,
Awards.
Kids' Choice Awards. I ain't missed it since. It starts at 8. I don't plan on missing it.
Yeah.
Don't
I
plan
wish
on
it didn't
missing
start like that late. They used to do it in the evening, but I guess.
Yeah, it starts at 8 in the evening.
No, I'm talking about they used to start like at 6.
6, 7.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do one in the afternoon one time, like 4 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
That was years ago.
But I guess it really is because it's in California and we're in West Coast, so yeah.
Yeah, that's West Coast time. So 8 o'clock to them is
What
like
our time?
4 o'clock to them.
Yeah. So yeah.
So anyway, the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Drew McIntyre won the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he said that when he won it, he was going to cash it in that very same night. I won't get too much into that because we're going to go farther into it. Braun Breaker lost to Sami Zayn. He is still the Intercontinental Champion. Sami Zayn is. Damian Priest started off as a one-on-one match against Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title, and the stipulations in that match were that if Priest lost, he would leave the Judgment Day, and if Seth Rollins won, Priest would leave the Judgment Day. If Priest won, then as long as Priest is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins could not challenge for that. He then went on Raw the next night and said, you know what, screw it, throw that out the window. That was a one-on-one match situation. It didn't pan out for either one of us. I still got stuff to prove. So after I'm done with this guy at SummerSlam, I'm going to give you your shot that you rightfully deserve, because I still got some more to prove. And it ended up being a triple threat match because Drew McIntyre ended up keeping his word. But of course, Drew McIntyre put CM Punk on the shelf. It allowed CM Punk to go in for the kill and cost not only Drew McIntyre, but collateral damage to Seth Rollins. It cost him the World Heavyweight Championship match as well. Tiffany Stratton is the women's Money in the Bank contract holder. She did not cash in that night. She just climbed the ladder, grabbed the briefcase, and walked away. And that's smart. The Bloodline beat the New Bloodline, rather, because Roman Reigns isn't a part of this one. This is Solo Sikoa and all these new guys that's coming in. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton, they fell short to the New Bloodline, and it looks like that WWE is trying to set up for Roman Reigns' return and also set up for a future match between them and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa at SummerSlam in August. So there you have it. Now we come to a sad part of this because we had a surprising return from a WWE guy. The greatest WWE champion of all time, tied Ric Flair's record. We had no idea that this guy was going to come out in Toronto. And I was excited. I was shocked until he came to the ring, he grabbed the microphone, and he said, and I quote, "I am officially here to announce my retirement from the WWE." And that hurt me to my heart. That particular superstar that I'm referring to is John Cena. John Cena has been in WWE for 22 years, and I knew that his body, when you have people you look up to in sports, his body, that is a physical sport. He's more in touch with the films and stuff now. He's got a role. He has already went on after the press conference in Money in the Bank. He said, look, what I said out there was probably taken out of context. I am retiring, but I'm not retiring after WrestleMania. I'm gonna do a whole retirement tour. It's gonna be filled with dates. You know, a whole bunch of dates. He's gonna wrestle from January 2025 to December 2025. So the idea is for him to wrestle the first SmackDown of the new year, which is like that first Friday in January, and then continue on all the way into the end of December when they do their last little stretch, maybe before they release the superstars for Christmas break, because they're doing something now with the company. They do this for years when Vince McMahon was running things, but now that Triple H is running things, things are different. He's giving them time off during the holidays, the Christmas holidays. So Christmas Eve and Christmas and a little bit of the day after, I think it's about a total of 3 days he's giving them. That was just this past year. Now, I don't know if he's going to continue the tradition of doing it this year, but he will continue that tradition, I hope, in the near future, because it seems like that's best for everybody. I mean, because these guys are on the road 365 days a year. They barely get time to see their family unless they're in their hometown or something like that. But I digress on that. John Cena, we're going to miss you. And we're going to be praying for your future endeavors and pray that you don't get hurt in this future.
Yes.
So, yay. Question time.
Do you like The Miz?
Do I like The Miz? Yes.
Cake Lady likes The Miz.
Cake Lady likes The Miz, and they just made up. That's a match that, there's the rumors going around. John Cena could wrestle The Miz again, but it won't be the same as before. Like, John Cena, good guy. Miz, bad guy. Because we know that Miz is a good guy right now. And I like The Miz as a good guy. I liked him better as a heel, but you can push The Miz as a good guy.
What about USO?
USO. Uso.
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh.
Which Uso?
Which Uso? She said, oh, Lord.
Jimmy or Jay?
Jimmy or Jay?
Jimmy is hurt right now. He's planning on returning so I can only assume that you mean Yeet. Jay Uso. The main event.
Yeet.
Jay
Yeah.
Uso.
You like him or no?
Yes. I got pictures of him in May.
She said Jay.
Jay Uso, yeah. And I got pictures of him. I got to see him live too.
Oh, that's right. You did get to see
I get
all
to see
them
The
folks.
Miz live too. So it was Raw in May. I went to see it here in Greensboro, North Carolina, and we showed up. So there it is. We showed up and we showed out. And Greensboro, North Carolina is a wrestling
She
town.
said, lucky you. Yeah.
North Carolina is a wrestling state. I don't care what nobody says. That is a wrestling state. We got a lot of wrestlers that came out of North Carolina besides Ric Flair,
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, R-Truth,
Mm-hmm.
Hurricane, Dusty Rhodes. I thought he was in Atlanta, Georgia, but
I thought he was from here.
Vince McMahon was actually born in North Carolina, but he lives in Greenwich, Connecticut.
Oh.
So he was actually born in North Carolina, in Durham, North Carolina, I think. But he went to Greenwich, Connecticut, was raised in Greenwich, Connecticut. It's about like me. I was born in Watertown, New York, but I was raised down here in High Point.
She used to like R-Truth.
Used
But
to.
he changed
Used to.
too much. Yeah.
Used to.
Yep.
Okay, well, he's changed too much. What's that? What does that mean? R-Truth
You and the
was
Cake Lady were close. You guys were bridging your gap between the Cowboys and the Eagles by at least liking the same WWE. Now you're like, uh-oh, here we go.
No, I'm saying because you got to understand something. He is a 50-something-year-old man still breakdancing and rapping like he is in his prime.
So that's
This man
why
has
you
been
like him?
This man has been in WWE since 2001. He's been wrestling since 2001. When he came back in like 2009, 2008, I can understand where the change came from. you know, you in the crowd rapping and dancing and stuff. And then he decided to turn on John Morrison in 2012 because you took my title shot. That was my title shot. I need to be the one face Cena. I want to be the WWE champion, little Jimmy, and this, that, and the third.
Oh, Jimmy.
Awesome Truth when they were bad guys, and then the Miz turned on them, and then so I understand, not completely, but I understand. So
He hadn't started on football yet.
what do you want to talk about on football? Because I didn't have plans on it. What did you want to talk about? Whoever commented that. Who was that commented that? I can't.
Training camp.
Training camp. Which ones? Like, do you have a specific team? Because you know who I keep up with, and
Right.
and that's the only team that I keep up
Eagles.
with. So, you want the Eagles training camp?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Eagles training camp is going good so far. Kellen Moore is getting more of the offense like Shane Steichen used to get. I'm not saying that we're going to have another year like we did in 2022, but on paper, that's the direction we look like we're heading. We look like we're heading back to the big game. The only question that I have is, can Jalen Hurts get the ball to everybody
Yeah.
with this new offense? Is he acclimated enough for this new offense? He's got new toys in town to play with. He's got Saquon Barkley. We just signed A.J. Brown to another extension. We signed Smith to his money. And everybody has to get the ball. A.J. Brown cannot be a prima donna when he doesn't get the ball.
Right.
And the only reason he didn't get the ball last year was because of the offense that we were running.
Right.
All you had them doing was just go routes. 1, 2, 3, 3-step drop, go. And those were vanilla and cake routes, you know. Just I don't understand those routes. Just certain stuff. Now tush push, I don't see how we're going to be able to do that, seeing as though our best center is retired, and even though Saquon Barkley has tried to get him to come out of retirement, that's fallen on deaf ears. So, yeah, I understand, Kelsey. You don't want to be one of those guys that just holds on to it for too long. Besides, you got a Super Bowl up under your belt. Retire in peace.
Yeah.
Go. Be free.
Be free, little birdie.
Your brother is doing good anyway. He's got 3. He's got 3 Super Bowl rings. 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, go ahead. Do your thing. But yeah, that's how train. Oh, and Vic Fangio. I got to see how you operate the defense. That's why That's why I'm trying to get through my trip and get through the month of July as much as possible, because I'm ready for football. I
Yeah.
don't care. I'm ready for football.
Yep. They said, yep. Everybody's ready for football. Yeah.
You've been gone for too long.
Yeah.
You've been out of our lives for just how many days? Like
Since January.
since February. And I love Patrick Mahomes, but I'm still a fan of Patrick Mahomes, but I'm tired of seeing you win it.
Yeah.
Okay, you can win it. Just every year I see you in it. It's like
It's getting
we
old.
get it. And I
Y'all
like
get it.
Andy Reid, and I like Travis, and I like Taylor Swift.
But she's a part of the NFL now.
Yeah, she is, because of who she's dating. And
Yeah.
I like y'all, but enough is enough. We have to have some new blood, okay? We have to have fresh faces. And for all you 49ers fans, cry me a river. You're not going back, because your defensive coordinator was the best thing y'all had this year. I don't know who this defensive coordinator is. Kyle Shanahan should have been the one that got fired. And watch, he's going to be the one to mess y'all up. Watch. Because y'all defense, either it's going to be him or your defense is going to mess you up. Cowboys, sorry, Cake Lady, you're not winning the division. We've established this.
Yay!
Okay? You're not winning the division. You got Ezekiel Elliott running behind you. I don't understand how you can even say every year and be as optimistic as y'all are every year and say, we're going to Vegas. No, going to New Orleans. No, we're going to Baltimore. No, we're going here. We're going there. I'm like, stop. You guys haven't won nothing since 96. Stop it. Yes.
Do you think CeeDee Lamb is going to get his money?
If he don't, he's going to halfway play. So, I mean, we've seen it with Dak Prescott. He got the money too late, and then he halfway played. Because Jerry Jones, that's the main reason why. It has nothing. Well, it has something to do with the rivalry between the Eagles and the Cowboys, but it's more so because Jerry Jones is not a good businessman.
Well,
And it's time for him to. I mean, it's time for him to go. Right now, he's not a good businessman. He's old, and it's either Jerry Jones' way or the highway.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that philosophy. And you're not going to get nowhere far as an owner with that type of philosophy. And I don't see how you can get that far as an owner with that type of philosophy. Go ahead.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten to the WNBA. Wanting to know what you think about your girl.
15 straight. 15 straight. There's an angel in the sky. She almost had me cry last night. I told Mom to pack stuff up. We need to pack stuff up, and I told her to tag Angel Reese in it so she'd see me watch her game. Because I'm a huge Angel Reese fan, by the way. I like Caitlin Clark and all them too, but Angel Reese is my girl.
Cadorso.
And I like Cadorso too, but Angel Reese is my favorite. You know, I wouldn't know what to do with her if I was just standing beside her. I don't know if to hug her, what, you know. I might have to.
Would you actually reach and hug her?
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. If she invited me to just sit there on court side, I would scream my head off.
I know you would.
I would scream my head off, and I still need a jersey. And 15 straight is pretty impressive. Nobody, no rookie in the WNBA has done that. We're getting to the All-Star game next week, and guess who is on the same team?
It's going to be exciting.
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are on the same team. So we can stop with all this nonsense about who's better just for 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
1 week. But the bad news is you're not going to get WNBA again until August because they got a long break.
Yeah.
They got the All-Star. Then they got the Olympic break.
How do you think we're going to do?
We're going to do something tomorrow because we got a bone to pick with the Liberty. We're going to do something tomorrow at home.
Mm-hmm.
We better. Because they beat us at home before. Then they got revenge on us at last night on their home court because we beat them on their home court. I believe the score now is 2-1. Liberty are up on us 2-1.
So you think it's us tomorrow?
We can because we were up on them during the game last night.
I know.
15 points, and then it wasn't when Angel Reese went down. It was a little bit before Angel Reese kind of tweaked her ankle or leg, and we just sat down. It's like when we sit down Angel Reese, everybody just don't know how to play. It's like we just forgot how to play defense. We forgot how to shoot the ball. The only person that knows how to shoot the ball is my white girl right there that can shoot, Mabry.
Maybelline.
What you call her Maybelline, her name is Mabry. Okay? Just like you called the poofy girl with the poof on the fever. Her name is Smith.
Oh.
Okay? Or whatever you call her.
And I like Ken.
Oh, Alan. I like Alan too.
Nope. Carter.
Oh, Kennedy Carter.
Yeah.
I like her too.
She the bomb.
And then I like
I can't believe she didn't make All-Stars.
Diamond DeShields. I like Diamond DeShields. She's on our team too. She's the one with the glasses, the athletic glasses. I like her too. She can ball. You know. Did you see Angel Reese in the game before last where she just in the paint just like, give me the ball. I just want my 14th straight. Take it. Scored and got the foul. Yay! Yeah, and then that Barbie look like just Yeah, I did that. I did that. Any more questions? Oh, there was something else about Angel Reese I was getting ready to say, but it just slipped my mind. Oh yeah, there's somebody that shared something on Facebook. There's some sort of crazy debate saying that Cadorso got screwed because of this injury that she had, and now that's the only reason that Angel Reese is getting the attention that she's getting. It's like, that is the craziest thing ever. Knock it off. Injuries happen in any sport. Every sport is dangerous. But the notion that a player is getting more attention than another player because of an injury, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Cadorso just needs to play better. You know, every game Angel Reese has progressed and gotten better. But you know, a lot of people they love to make up stuff. They love to get this notion and try to bring people down. But you know, that's just one of them things that I disagree with. I don't like when people try to paint a narrative that's not there.
Yeah.
The narrative is not there because there's been a lot of players that have been injured in sports. You look at Jalen Hurts. When he went down with an injury, nobody was saying, oh, well, this person is getting no opportunities, and Jalen Hurts got pretty much screwed. No, when we drafted Jalen Hurts, it wasn't even because of injury. When we drafted Jalen Hurts because we know that Carson Wentz is injury prone now, and he's not the Carson Wentz of old. So this whole notion of, well, this person being injured opens the door for another person, of course, because it's the next man up mentality, or in this case, the next woman up mentality. You know? So I don't want to hear excuses like that, because that you're just trying to paint a notion that's not there. Yes.
And it's been said in post press conference that they work together during practice, and you can tell they're starting to really gel together.
Right. The chemistry. And see, that's the thing. And you're holding her to a standard because of the school that she came out of. We get it. Dawn Staley, defending champions of South Carolina. We get that they're the kingpin of the women's basketball in college. But don't hold nobody to a certain standard because of the school that they came out of.
It's going to take some time.
Yeah. Look at Bronny. I don't like Bronny right now. 4 points in one game. You miss your second game getting injured. And then you score 3 points and get your legs broken by some dude who should be sitting on the bench with you. And they're part of the Miami Heat. Come on now. 3 points. And you think you ready for the NBA. Let's just be real, Bronny. You're only there in the NBA because of what your daddy has done. I'm going to be just really honest, because what I've seen out of the 2 games that I've seen you play is not making me scream for you. It's not even really making me want to be really a fan of yours. Because I get that you block the outside noise, but Bronny, you got to play. And you just only proving everybody right by your play. You're proving everybody right. You proving all the scouts right. They don't want you. They want you. They don't want you. They only wanted you. The Lakers only wanted you because your daddy got Poole. And your daddy has had Poole in the Lakers since he came on there. He's had Poole ever since he decided to open up the door for everybody to jump when he went to Miami. He's had Poole like that. It's the only reason you're on the team right now. It's not because of your play or your skills. Because you didn't even do 1 year in college. You decided to transfer out. So, what are you doing? Y'all just need to play better. That's my take on it. Cadorso, Bronny, anybody else that want to try to use injuries as an excuse, or use some sort of leverage, just play. I don't care if your last name is James, and I don't care if you came out of South Carolina or LSU. You play. You see what Reese is doing? She came out of LSU. They won the championship year before last. And everybody gave her slack. I think it was more so to do with, politics, behind that. But it is what it is. But I digress on that. I digress. Do I have any more questions?
They're not sports questions, though.
Go ahead.
How's your anxiety going into the beach trip?
It's up and down. I mean, what can you do? Gotta live with it. I know the plan. I know the plan as far as that's concerned. We don't even do that there. But my adventure is to just be on the balcony eating my dinner, just in peace. That's my little misadventure, as my mom would say, to do that every night.
And he sits. He goes out to the. Don't you guys get it wrong? He goes on the beach and he gets in the pool. Just not long, just a few minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. It's up and down, but we'll get there. Any other questions I got? Dang, y'all just went all quiet and soft on me. This last couple weeks we were popping. Now all of a sudden we just died down. Oh, and I kind of mentioned it when I was going on my little rant, but yeah, Bronny James. I mean, he could be a good player. I didn't see, like I said, I didn't see enough. 4 points one game and then 3 points another game. That's kind of bad, but it's not enough to make an assumption to say, oh, he can't make it in the NBA. Well, because we all know he's coming off the bench. D'Angelo Russell is their starting point guard, so we know that he's coming off the bench. However, we know that, and so is your boy from Tennessee. He might come off the bench too. But depending on how good of a summer league he's having, which I've seen him have a pretty good summer league, he could be a starter. So, but I'm not going to sit up here and say as a basketball fan or as a associated Lakers fan that the Lakers are going to win the championship because LeBron's son is on there, or because they got a guy from Tennessee that can shoot and is a big body. I'm not going to sit up there and say that. I'll start saying, optimistic stuff about the Lakers when we can get over the Nuggets, because we only beat them once, and that was a gentleman's sweep. So,
according to what they say.
Go ahead.
Will you be watching the Olympics? And if so, will it just be basketball, or will you watch gymnastics with your sister?
I haven't decided on if I wanted to even watch Olympics, because I'm not really into the Olympics like that, to be honest with you. I know Team USA is doing their thing in basketball, and as far as gymnastics is concerned, I know that they're doing their thing there too, but I don't really tune into gymnastics or basketball Olympics like that. If I do tune into gymnastics, it's college. So.
Oh, yeah. He does. She is with him probably 80% of the day. Right now she's with her dad. Are you going to, if she wants to watch it, will you watch it?
Yeah, she asked me to. Probably be down in our trip, but, if she wants me to watch it with her, I will. But, I won't shy away and tell her no.
Do you help her with her gymnastics? If so, what do you do?
The pike.
Yeah.
The pike.
Yeah.
And the stretches. Well, really, she helps me out with the stretches because I'm doing Taekwondo now, and that's only one class. I mean, we had a little 2-week break there.
Start back
but I'll
Tuesday.
be back Tuesday, and every Tuesday, with the exception of the 4th when I have practice for choir rehearsal, which then I will have to reschedule. But a different time or during the week or whatever the case may be. But yeah, doing taekwondo and stuff. So she's teaching me stuff while I'm teaching her stuff. So yeah, the pike. Any more questions?
Somebody asked about you helping her on the beam.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
Her coaches do, but I don't do anything with the beam. I just spot her. That's all I do when she's downstairs doing her gymnastics.
None of us really know anything about it, so
Yeah.
she just does her routine for competitions, which is in 2 months.
Yeah, and I will be at least a good 2 or 3 of those, 2 or 3, because one is right here
Mm-hmm.
in good old home, and one is just only a few minutes down the road in Burlington. You know, so yeah, I'll be at more of them this year.
When will she be on?
When will she be on? Around the same time she was before competition started, so she can let y'all know how gymnastics is going and show y'all more stuff. Which will probably be around August.
Yeah.
I haven't set a date for that yet, but it'll be around August when things are light, but they're starting to pick up.
Yeah, because right now she's pretty booked. They're, I guess, would say intense. Practices are pretty intense right now.
Yeah. I can say that they're very intense, especially when the door gets slammed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can't see them.
Mm-hmm.
See them on the monitor.
We have to watch on a monitor, so there's no looking in the gym. Doors will get slammed in your face.
Yeah. I wish somebody would slam a door in my face.
That's how I
will
felt
smack
today.
you.
I was so mad.
No, I'm serious. That just messes with me a little bit. Don't slam no door in my face. Okay, I get that I can't see the practice, but don't slam the door in my face. Because we gonna have to fight. Yeah, you know my temper. You know, Mom, my temper is only so much that I can take. And that right there is enough you might have to call the police that day. Because I'll get ready to fight somebody. Go ahead.
Have you tried any new sodas?
You're probably gonna get a TikTok later.
Yeah. We just
About
bought something new that his brother did approve him to have.
Poppy, yes, it's called Poppy. I don't know what the flavors are, so.
Cola and Dr. Pop or I don't know. I think it's like a take on Coca-Cola and a take on Dr. Pepper.
Just healthier versions, so they say.
Look, his brother's letting him try it. Yes.
So they say. All I know is for 2 cans, it better be worth something.
Yeah.
It better be
Expensive. $2 a can.
That's a lot, and I don't know. You'll get a TikTok later about it, a reaction of some sorts later. But yeah.
How's Dad?
Dad is still going on and on and on about this last episode. That's how he's doing. He likes it.
Yeah, he enjoyed it.
He enjoyed the last episode that he did, and he's excited to be back in September, I believe, because that's when our next quarterly fast is. So he's excited, and that's the hype of the football season right there. So we'll do the same thing and break down the schedules again, and up to the points that we're at. And let's see whatever we said a couple weeks ago was accurate and was right.
Will you be posting any of your taekwondo?
Well, that all depends on the person who comes.
I will try. Yeah, I will try.
Yeah, she may. I mean, her and Dad.
I have a couple
rotate.
of videos, but I will try.
Yeah, her and Dad may rotate, or they might go together, and But
yeah, they didn't tell us if anybody had any other disabilities in the class.
They do. I know from Brother Ward.
Oh, okay. Well, so yes, they do, but I mean that
they do have some that are like me.
So that's good. Yeah, he's working pretty good.
Yeah, good.
The
for
guy's
your
very
class.
patient. Yes.
Good for one class. I don't have enough room to show you any kick right now. I
Yeah.
can't do
I will try to get you guys some videos since you guys want to see him.
Yeah. But the kicks are getting there. Just
Yeah.
gotta point the toes down and hit with the flat part of the foot. That's where we're at. That's what it's gonna be. And I'm at a white belt. I am not at a green like I was in Watertown, New York. And if I remember just the other day that I did return back to a green when I was doing it at the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club, but I was not part of the competition aspect of that, because when you're in that, you're pretty much saying, yeah, you're going to be part of the competition stuff too. So it's not just you just doing it to learn self-defense. It's just you doing it. And I think Jay started doing it with me, but he didn't really like it that much, not as much as baseball. So I think that we both have our little areas. He has baseball, and I have taekwondo because I still remember some stuff. So, anything else?
That's it.
All right.
And
Well-
homeschooling did.
As they all say in church, if all hearts and minds are clear, I want to thank you all. I have a show next week, and then the week after that is the trip. On the trip, you will just get progress reports of how the anxiety is going and how it's going day to day, because I know Mom will post a lot. And then we'll celebrate the anniversary of this show the first Friday in August. So, that's going to be a big thing, But tune in, and thank you all for watching on TikTok and for your questions and everything. And thank you for the people operating the cameras and everything like that. Till next Friday, we'll see you.